Hello and welcome to PQ Prime. A very good morning to all the viewers. I am Hiral Dadia. One stock that is in focus is the Sula Vineyards, who's recorded a strong double-digit sales growth in the first quarter. And what's interesting to see is that the own brands portfolio is clearly now outperforming as well. And it's quite some time that we are seeing that kind of outperformance that is coming in. Premiumization is the key from here on as well in terms of where growth strategy goes. Joining us on the show is Rajeev Samant to discuss more in terms of how the quarter has been and what's the strategy going ahead. Rajeev, good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Rajeev, my first question coming to you is, I'm sure it's met your internal expectations, but would you be aiming to achieve something, would you have aimed to achieve something much better than this as well?
We are very pleased with the results. It's very much in line with our strategy and our plan for this year to again deliver good double-digit revenue growth as well as double-digit EPS growth, double-digit PAT growth. That's what we're aiming for, and it's been a very strong start to the quarter. More and more Indians drinking more and more of our wine, and that too reaching for our premium wine. Particularly pleased that our premium and elite wines, which is the more expensive and premium end of our portfolio, growth is more than 35% in value terms for those two categories. So that is a great result. I don't think that we would have, of course, nobody will ever say no to better results, but we're very pleased.
Right. So overall, Rajeev, as we know that there is concentration with regards to premiumization. Second, wine tourism is something that the company has been focusing on as well. How do you see that growing and how do you see that contributing to a better margin profile and profitability? Because it's a very similar game like how value-added products for other businesses actually pay off and help increase the margin profile. Similarly, you have the premiumized products, the premium products, which help you for your business on the back of the margin side of it as well. So how are you seeing that payoff?
Absolutely. So it's been another strong quarter for our wine tourism business, double-digit growth. And that's going to continue because we've added another 35 or so keys to the 67 keys that we had at the end of March. So a big jump in the number of available rooms. We can welcome many more visitors. And, as you said, this is very important for our margin. It's a high margin business for us. What's even as or more important is the fact that we're introducing so many people to wine for the first time in such beautiful surroundings, letting them taste right at the source and bringing so many more people into the fold of wine. India is the fastest growing wine market in the world pretty much, and we expect that to happen for the next couple of decades. And wine tourism is very key to that, and Sula is right on top of it.
Right. So overall, with all of this said and done, if you see in terms of the overall revenue, you still have majority of it now coming in from own brands, which is an absolute positive, right? When do you see wine tourism contributing to equivalent levels, in terms of revenue contribution?
So, one thing that the numbers don't show is the amount of wine we sell in our wine tourism operations. What's shown up as wine tourism is actually only the room revenue, the non-wine revenue. But when you actually add the wine revenue into that, which is right now showing in own brands, it's going to be close to 100 crore business this year. And that is very significant. A DTC business, you can say, of 100 crores in wine today. That's very significant. So it's a very significant and important part of our sales as well as our profits. This is a high margin business as well.
Right. And how are you seeing the B2B space evolve?
B2B, getting better and better all the time, and we keep, signing new contracts. This quarter, we've signed up with the Olive Group nationally. We've signed a contract to supply our wines in all the airport lounges, pretty much across the country. So, and in all these places, consumption of wine is just on the up when you compare to spirits and beer. All these premium outlets where Sula is very active, and we are very much there in most of them. Consumption of wine is growing faster than spirits and beer across the board.
Right. Another aspect I want to consider for this year is You have the World Cup, which is in India. The festive season has higher number of days, though there are some days which are higher, which will be negative for non-vegetarians or alcohol drinking community as well. So you need to take that negative probably into consideration. But overall, from a festivities perspective, the World Cup, as well as a couple of other events which are happening in the country as well. How do you think is the industry gearing up for it from a consumption perspective? Are you seeing an increased demand for the second half of the year in terms of calendar year as well, and an increased order intake, order inflow, that people are booking already?
We certainly hope so. Definitely, the World Cup should give a nice boost. Also, the fact is, all these beautiful new convention centers. I'm sitting here in BKC today, and of course, you have the fantastic Geo Convention Center with the cultural center attached to it. The Prime Minister has just inaugurated something in Delhi. All of this is also going to lead to a boom in business, in conventions, in MICE, MICE. Business. So it's all looking really good. Obviously India, things are looking good from a macro perspective, and all of this will translate to more premium consumption, and in our case, premium wine consumption. So the second half of the year is looking very good right now.
Right. And overall, what's the kind of growth you're expecting with regards to FY24?
So we continue to say that it's double-digit growth in volume, as well as about a 5-6% bump in value, usually above volume. So you can expect that we do have a lot of analysts rating our stock. I think that we should do at least as well as what a lot of them are rating us, and maybe even better.
Right. Rajeev, one quick clarification that we would like in terms of the excise duty notice. What's the status of the same from the Maharashtra Excise Department?
So the matter has been, of course, it's been laid to rest for the time being. We had a very strong order from the court. We do hope that we will be able to resolve this fairly amicably with the authorities. We believe there's been a little bit of miscommunication on this front, but we are very positive about the outcome. We do not believe that money, that the order is tenable, and we don't believe that Sula is going to have to pay that. But we will work with the authorities for a positive outcome.
Right. And overall, I think the year is also going to be absolutely strong, and that's what everyone's hoping for as well. Thank you, Rajeev, so much for joining us on the show. And enjoy your stay in Mumbai, and we will look forward to enjoying our stays at Nashik as well. Thank you so much for speaking to us. That's the management of Sula. Clearly, the stock is trading around levels of 500 as we speak, gain of 1.5% coming in today's session. So clearly good moves. And if you see from a YTD perspective as well, a 50% up move is what we've already seen on the counter. So an interesting move coming in here, an interesting year that could be on the cards as well on the consumption side. And Sula could be one of the ancillary beneficiaries as well of all the festivities and the events that are lined up in the country. That's all that we have in this session. Lots more lined up on the other side. Please stay tuned to BQ Prime.